Hello, early attendees. It's Melissa. I am just kind of hanging out here. We're going to wait a few minutes for some more people to get on. I know we are scheduled to start at about 1 o'clock, so in just a few minutes here, or 12 o'clock, I'm sorry. So we'll give it another 2 to 5 minutes, but for the moment, we will listen to the sound of Sandals Resorts on our very own Pandora page. So if you need some music to listen to after this webinar, kind of get you into the groove and into that feeling, you can find on Pandora the playlist that is Sound of Sandals Resorts. So we'll hang out for a few minutes and wait until we get the rest of our guests on, and then we'll start. Growing so everything now, so good and so proud. I will stay with you as each morning in the sunrise and the flowers in the springtime. All my life will be right. I will stay with you. I will stay with you. Oh, I will stay with you. I will stay with you. Your heart down. I will stay with you. No one else is. I will stay with you. And I know you'll be alright. I will stay with you. Again, welcome everyone. This is Melissa, your Senior Business Development Manager with the Southeast and Western North Carolina. I am just waiting for a couple more attendees to sign on. I know we had quite a few register, so we'll give them till about 12:05. If you haven't grabbed your lunch, go ahead and grab it, and then we will get into our branding episode of this Tidbit Tuesday. But again, we're just listening to the sound of Sandals Resorts, brought to you by the Pandora playlist. So if you need something to listen to later on today, while you're getting some work done, you want to feel like you're in the islands, back on resort, you can go into Pandora and search for the Sound of Sandals Resorts playlist. On the sea, somewhere my lover stands on golden sand and watches the ship
sail somewhere beyond the sea. He's there, and I could fly like birds on high, straight to the rock. Far beyond the sky, it's near beyond. I know beyond the doubt, my lead me past me. Beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll feel beyond the sea, and never again I will sing. I know beyond the doubt, my heart will lead me there.
All right, let's get started. We are ready to go with your branding expertise. This is going to be a little bit more focused on you as the travel advisor and your agency, with some Sandals and Beaches information peppered in. So we want to make sure that you're getting the most out of it with not as much time put in. So we probably won't take the whole hour, but just kind of come along with me. If you've got a piece of paper or a pen, something nearby that you can take maybe some notes on. I do have an interactive element that I want you guys to really think about while we're going through this. So as we get into that, I will let you know. We'll give you a little bit of time to kind of think and write it all down, but I definitely want your feedback afterwards. So send me your questions, send me your thoughts. We can set up a phone call and get into a little bit more detail about what exactly you think you need with your branding and how we can, as the business development managers, get you there. So, branding. What is the brand? What is your brand? With Sandals and Beaches, you recognize the logos. You recognize the names. You know, we're one of the most recognizable super brands. But what does that mean? Your brand is not your name, your logo, or any kind of publicity stunt. Your brand is the principle that you bring around to your clients, and it's a promise that you give to your clients. So what is your brand saying about you? What principle are you giving? What promise are you making to your clients? And that's where we get into a little bit deeper. So yes, Sandals and Beaches have been voted the world's best. What does that mean? It gives us credibility, but it tells you the story of the consistency and the expectation across both of our brands. So we are the world's only all-inclusive super brand. People recognize us. 84% in North America recognize the brand Sandals and Beaches because of the return rate. Maybe they've experienced the resort themselves. They've seen the advertisements. It's repetitive, it's consistent. You have that recognition of being the world's leader because of those votes and the marketing. So the UVI marketing in Miami, in Canada, all across the world, it's a global brand that people see. So what does your brand say about your product and your service? Is it clear? Is it concise? Do you show what you do versus just talking about it? So we have a little template here. This is where I want you guys to write it down and kind of fill in the blanks for yourself. So what do you do for your brand? We help who? Who's your niche market? Who's your audience? Who are you trying to talk to? Who are you promoting to? In where? Where are you? Where are you located? What do you know, where are they located? And what are you helping them to do? What benefit are they achieving by utilizing your services? You get the question all the time, why should I use you? Why should I use a travel advisor? This is answering that exact question. You are going to achieve some kind of benefit through what services do you provide? What do you do for them? Is it your detailed itineraries? Is it your customer service? What is that? Through what types of features? Through meetings, through video chats, through trainings, those kinds of ideas. So I did one for myself as an example. And as your business development manager with Sandals and Beaches Resorts, I help you, the travel advisor, in Western North Carolina to grow your business. That's the benefit you're achieving, is business growth through partnership proactives. So what does that feature? That means consumer shows, Caribbean events, individualized training for marketing strategy, this brand development, and your product knowledge. So knowing the resorts, going on resorts, seeing them. This is my brand as a business development manager. So what does the Sandals brand? What's their template? So as Sandals and Beaches Resorts, they welcome guests from around the world to 6 Caribbean islands to enjoy more 5-star luxury inclusions than any other resort on the planet. That's a fact. That's the benefit they achieve, is there are more luxury inclusions than any other resort on the planet. How do they do this? They do this by giving the guest more than they expect every day of life. And our chairman, Mr. Gordon Butch Stewart, says that consistently. You'll hear him say it if you ever meet him, I'm sure. Through what services and what features. So we do that through our intuitive service. Our butlers, they learn you. The staff knows you when you arrive on resort. Through our exclusive rooms and suites promoted throughout the brands. Through the 5-star global gourmet dining included, unlimited premium liquors, and the luxury included land and water sports. These are all the features that are going to help those guests from around the world enjoy their vacation. So take a minute, kind of think about what that means for you. You can just write down the template to start, do a couple notes about it, and then email it to me. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what it sounds like to you. And if you need help, I'm happy to work with you on it to really get that exact message that you're looking for. So for Sandals and Beaches, again, we're going to go back and forth into our actual brands to help get that understanding of what does it take. We call ourselves the world's best because we've been voted the world's best for that consistency. You have those 2 brands. They all have that consistent, repetitive, same inclusions all the way from top to bottom. So you have the 6 destinations that we talk about all the time. We're repetitive about the best beaches, the calmest waters, the inclusions specifically. These don't change across Sandals or Beaches. They don't change across the brands. This is it. This is our consistent service. This is what we're providing to the guest. So start thinking about it within your own agency of what services can you bullet point that your agency provides day in and day out. Again, promote your awards, promote your credibility. You've got, with Sandals and Beaches, all of these awards that we go through, not just from TripAdvisor, from the World Travel Awards, but EarthCheck and the Travel Awards and Green Stars. Different values play into different clients. So make sure that you're promoting your core values and that they match up with your clientele. So going into those features, for Sandals and Beaches, it's the exclusive rooms and suites. It's the exclusivity, that romance, the exotic feel, that once in a lifetime vacation and getaway to celebrate something special, or maybe once a year, anniversary trips, spring breaks, anything like that. It goes into what all of these elements make your client feel. Does it make them feel like the rich and the famous? does it make them feel like they're finally getting that family experience where everybody can be together instead of a hotel type of feel? The level of service doesn't change across the board. Again, Club Sandals is the same for every single resort. Every single Sandals has that room service that starts at 7 a.m. and ends at 10 p.m. You have your separate lounges, exclusive events specifically for your Club Sandals clients, or even going into the butler level where they're getting more, they're getting that intuitiveness. The butler is learning them. They're feeling special and pampered and really, really having that over the top experience. The transfers are included across the board for every single guest within those brands. Sure, you could go up into a private transfer with your top suites, but that consistency of everybody gets picked up from the airport and taken back. That's part of going into that Sandals and Beaches brand. So with your brand specifically, what does it make your target market feel? What does your brand, your name, your services, what does it make them feel? What kind of emotion? Maybe you don't know that yet. Maybe finding that answer means you have to determine who your target market is. And going into that is, what are they passionate about? What are their goals? And what's their decision-making process? So what things make them think of you as their partner? From there, you determine your messaging, and then you constantly repeat. So I came up with this cool little word cloud. It was a free service. It's on wordclouds.com. And I basically put in all of the terminology that I think of when I think of Sandals and Beaches resorts. This gives you a snapshot of what your branding is and what does it make you feel. So with Sandals, love is all you need. So of course I'm going to put it into a heart shape. And I have everything listed here just as a snapshot of my brand. So we got a little bit bigger so you can see all of the different words, but this might be a really great team building opportunity for you and your entire agency. Have everyone from your agency send in some words that they think of when they think of their brand. Whatever agency that is, whatever you're focused on, whether it's the Caribbean, maybe it's Disney, maybe it's cruising, whatever. Have everybody come together and create one of these and see if there's a difference in the mindset of your agency, because that's where you'll start to kind of reevaluate and bring everything back into one consistent, concise messaging. So what do people say about you when you're not in the room? This is another piece of what your brand means to them. Your personality is a major influence in that identity. So what is your passion? It has to match. You have to have excitement about something. What drives your life? Maybe you're more family oriented. Maybe you're more wellness oriented. Maybe you love diving or golfing. That plays into what you show and who you talk to and how you talk to them. But it also comes back to, do all of the agents in your agency share that company personality? Sure, you have people who do their own, they're specialized in something different. Maybe somebody specialized in Disney when you have a really top Sandals and Beaches producer, anything like that. But do they have the freedom to express that also expresses the company personality? So that same professionalism, the same messaging across all of the brands that you know. It is important to note, however, that you should not look for success of others for your growth opportunity. Your values and your goals are likely different. So what works for one agency may not work for yours, depending on your target market, your values, your messaging. We get this question all the time of what's the other agency doing? What's your top producing agency doing that I should do? Some of them are storefronts. Some of them like to put up posters. Some of them can host their own agency produced show to bring clients in. Caribbean nights, window displays, anything that promotes them. Maybe they have a wrapped car. Maybe your HOA doesn't allow the wrapped car. Maybe your kids don't want to see you rolling up to pickup at school in a Sandals vehicle. The one thing that I can say works for everyone is knowing your product, seeing the resort. Sometimes that means shelling out for that ticket to get on resort through the TA rate, through your points to paradise. You have to be able to really express the personality of these different resorts to be able to sell them effectively to that clientele, whoever your niche market is. That gives credibility. It gives you more backup when answering why a client should utilize your services. So we'll talk about exposing your core values. Know what your core values are. This may take a little bit longer for you to kind of figure out within the agency, but know that your brand and your values, a lot of it is based on perception, what the client thinks about you. So your personality, your messaging, everything goes into that perception. Do you share that similar value to your client? If you're more family oriented, but you're trying to promote to honeymooners, there's a little bit of a disconnect there. So make sure your values pertain to your clients. Talk about your company, your agency, share your story, how you got started, give them an inside look at who you are. There's your personality, the quality that you bring, the craftsmanship of the detailed itineraries and the backup and being their guru, and then your purpose. This is a great spot to share your team's expertise levels. Are you a certified sandals specialist? Are you a preferred Sandals and Beaches agency? Are you a Chairman's Royal Club agency? Do you have goals to get to these different levels of expertise? Know your product. Know what it can do for you. Know that there are always promotions rolling, specifically with Sandals and Beaches. Every Wednesday, we pull room categories from different resorts and put them on a 7% off sale. Are you going in? Are you looking at them? Are you pricing them out? I priced one out last week for Beaches Ocho Rios for a family of 5. A $20,000 vacation with airfare direct from Charlotte, North Carolina, came in with all of the promotions under $8,000 for the week before school starts. These are the things you need to know about your clients, about their values, what they're looking for. Go in and do this for them. Share it with them. Let them know you're thinking of them, especially right now. They are stuck at home. They want to get out. They want to go on their next vacation. Start sending little options out to them, little feelers. Say, hey, I know we talked about this. Maybe we were looking at it from last year. I know you were so excited to go this year. Why don't we look into this date next year, whenever? Start the conversation. Are you approachable? Do they feel like they can come to you with their questions, or do they feel like they're bothering you? So you want to keep your approachability open and create that relationship. This is all about relationship building. You're not just sitting there taking an order. You are a travel advisor. Advise your clients. Give them your expertise. Don't just listen and say, okay, well, that's what you want. That's what I'm going to do. That's not advising. So get out there, participate in some events, anything such as a meet and greet. Let's meet here, meet us at this event. We're going to be partnered with so-and-so for another event. It shows that you're more than just a business. It shows you're a person, and it shows that you have a heart and a conscience, and that you are here to cater to them, especially with the community. So millennials love buying a product that gives back to another product. Start looking, start seeing what other partnerships you can create with those core values that share what you think. So who in your community, what restaurant, what boutique shop, what kids event, what festival can you partner with for advertising, for just recognition? Anything that shows that you are part of a larger community will bring in more business And then finally, repeat, repeat, repeat. What do you do? What is your core mission? What are your values? And play up your staff. Talk about the specialisms and the specialists and everything that goes into that. So this is talking more into your brand as an agency. Maybe it's time to relook at it. Maybe it's time to narrow down that niche market and really bring it all together so everybody has that same core. So that's what I have for you today with our branding episode of Tidbit Tuesday. I promised I wouldn't take the whole hour, but I did want to give you something to think about, something to move forward with, and definitely email me. Let me know your thoughts on your brand and that template. Let me know how you think you can partner with your local community. Every agency is going to be different. So if it's easier for you to email me and bullet point some of those ideas, let's get started on it. If you prefer to talk to me in person, you can always call me. That is my cell phone number. So you can call, you can text, we can Facebook message, however suits you and your business focus to get a hold of me is perfect. Next week, I am going to touch more on social media and making sure that your branding is portrayed and perceived correctly through that social media. How to do that? We do have a different time. It's going to be at 3:30. So I will send you the link for that. Thank you all so much for giving me your time today. I hope it was helpful, and definitely follow up with me if you have questions, comments, concerns. I look forward to seeing you all when we can get back out, and hope you guys have a really wonderful day.